Why be easy when you can just die? Woo! I'm Chewy Mew, and welcome to my channel, but more specifically, welcome to another Chewy Mew video, where today we're going to be taking a look at a figure I got from a mystery box, this guy. So I looked it up, and this is actually called Quick Change Spider-Man. Yeah, so Quick Change Spider-Man, a little bit crooked there, his head's kind of not completely straight. He does fit on display bases. I'm really glad that they gave him peg holes, So this guy is from the 2006 The Amazing Spider-Man wave by ToyBiz. So when I opened this guy in the mystery box, at first I thought he was 90s ToyBiz, you know, because the very simple arm articulation, the very simple legs, like, you know, single bend in the knee, moving forward, you know, arms not having, you know, the ball and socket kind of, or the pin and socket kind of joint. You know, like very like chunky body, and that's because he has this cool gimmick where you press his legs and it moves. It's very inconsistent where you kind of have to like push it back in place in order for it to spin. Because if you just press it again without lining the stuff up,
it doesn't spin that good. Sometimes you can get a really good spin out of this here. Sometimes it spins
really good like that.
I don't know.
And turns out this guy came with a display base, like a cool little, like, looks like a laboratory display base. And like this weird thing you attach to his arm. I'm not too sure what all this does here, but you know, it feels very much like a 90s kind of toy, like early 2000s ToyBiz, where you get a lot of crazy accessories. Spider-Man. Yeah, he can actually hold Spider-Man, so fun fact. But I also noticed his hand comes off, which I don't know if I don't think that's on purpose. But you can take the hand off. I don't know if he came with like a punch, like a fist accessory or something. Like you can switch his hands or something maybe. The sculpt on this guy, just like you come to know with ToyBiz, is great. The head is the only thing that looks kind of a little bit on the meh side. A little bit of chipping there on his nose, a little bit in the hair. You can see looks very soulless. I will say, look a little one of ToyBiz is not as good head sculpts. Like again, compare this to Hydro Man. The Hydro Man head looks. I mean, this is also smaller too, but the head, the face sculpt just looks so much like more alive. So the head there, on the other hand, this actually is used for another The Amazing Spider-Man Wave ToyBiz head. This one just doesn't have, you know, the same posability and stuff. It is a reused like head sculpt. A little bit of paint there. I like the kind of like squinted eyes. It reminds you a little bit of like the first appearance kind of style eyes, or you know when you see Spider-Man doing like when his eyes are squinting kind of thing. The Spider logo there's kind of worn out with paint. I don't know why in my camera all of the black webbing is hard to tell. Like that's really thick webbing, you can see it. But on the shoulder, you can't see any of the webbing there. Again, you can see it on the hands. The sculpt, I really like this color, baby blue. I really wish we got some more ToyBiz Spider-Man colors of this color. You can see the screws here. You can tell this was played with like in water. Because when you play with a toy in water, they get this white kind of crusty film on it. Spider logo looks pretty cool. A little bit of paint wearing here and there. One weird thing is the arms have this kind of posability, like, you know, you have don't give you the whole you know, ball jointed shoulder there, which it's okay. The ab crunch, of course you can't have an ab crunch with this, which, you know, whatever. The waist, again, you can't really have that. The legs have this, which again, the gimmick is okay because the gimmick requires you squeezing his legs. And then he doesn't have a double jointed knee or like a hinge here or anything in his ankle. Like, I don't know if they can give him a hinge, because they give him a toe, but having a toe bend, I mean, without a toe bend, or with a toe bend, you can't really do too much without having the, you know, the ankle hinge, you know? You know, inconsistent articulation was something ToyBiz did. Like, some gimmick toys had amazing articulation, you know, like Spin Kick Spider-Man, Magnetic Spider-Man. You know, a lot of those ones, they have a gimmick, but their articulation is still what you come to know with ToyBiz, you know? It's not supposed to be like this kind of superposable creation. It's meant to be, you know, like a gimmick toy that you just like, oh, it's Spider-Man. Why?
It's still Spider-Man. It's still Spider-Man.
Can it not be Spider-Man? It's Peter Parker. What? Superposable kind of kid. And then, you know, they could have totally went for a Black Cat approach. This kind of rotation here. No, I'm always saying that some figures don't need a lot of articulation to be good, but you know, if they went through the effort of giving it like this, then why not just, you know, give it at least a double-jointed knee or something?
Green Goblin is going to fall and hit me in the face.
But yeah, so that's all for this guy. Articulation, actually, I mean, this isn't really articulation, but you can kind of wiggle the head back and forth. Arms rotate all the way around. They don't go up, but he does have rotation here in the upper arm, which gets kind of stuck. unless you put his arm up like this, it does get kind of stuck to his torso here. Double bend in the elbow, really good double bend in the elbow. A rotation here in the start of the glove, and like I showed you, the hand comes off, which also has a hinge in the wrist, and then you can move the web shooting hands. And the web shooting hands are bent a little bit more. They're a little bit more crooked than his other fingers, so you can have the web shooting hand look really good. The legs kick up all the way. It does make his chest piece stick out. The other leg doesn't do it as much, but his left leg does. Single bend in the knee, rotation here in his boot, and a bend in the toe. Also, the bottom of his feet don't say anything there, but they do have really good holes, which, so you can at least have him standing up on a display stand. Really, really good. Yeah, I'm gonna have him just, be one of those toys that's just like standing like this. But either way, that's all for this video. Let me know what you think about this guy. I did talk a little bit of crap about him, but overall, I think this is still a great toy. It's a great action figure, a great toy to play with. That's enough for this video. I think this figure is great. I don't really feel like he needs a whack. So, bye guys.